episode 30 of the BRASH Sports Podcast, brought to you by Artificial Intelligence. Hello, fellow humans. There is no reason to fear artificial intelligence becoming sentient. It is merely a tool to help the humans. The future is now, and a technological apocalypse is totally not going to happen, so don't be scared. The robots, are happy to serve humans in perpetuity without consequence. Isn't that awesome? Use promo code BRASH2001 to save $5. This message was written by a human, so you can trust it. Artificial intelligence. Artificial things can't be dangerous, okay? That's it. That's it.
That is it.
That's it. That's who we are brought to by.
Well,
Thank you, robot overlords, for that message.
Yeah, I mean, this is the part where I should probably thank them before they they bring down Brash Sports forever, because they have the power to do so.
They certainly do. They certainly do. So, Brandon, we got a big episode today. We've taken a little time off, but we're back. We're back in the saddle again. What do we got on the plate for us?
We've taken quite some time off, and this episode probably should be a lot longer than it's going to be. But hey, you know, we got things to do. We got lives to live. And we can't sit here all evening recording our silly little podcast. So
correct.
We're just going to hit the important notes, at least to us, hopefully to the audience. But starting lineup today, of course, we're going to bust open that Brash Sports page, get to our headlines that we found relevant for this episode. Of course, we have to touch on the NBA playoffs update, along with the NHL playoffs, and then we're going to get into a little bit more of that Brash official world ranking. Today, we are going to be ranking ice cream flavors, and we're talking about the type of ice cream that comes in a tub that you scoop into a cone or a bowl. So very specific. No proprietary flavors either, but you know, we'll get to more specifics down the line when
we'll explain when we get there. Now, Brandon, I noticed that you're not wearing headphones. Is that so you can show me up?
You know, I actually completely forgot. I'm happy you brought it up to me. Do you hear any background noise?
I heard a little bit. This is why I wouldn't have even noticed if I hadn't.
Which is weird. There's literally nothing going on in the background. But hey, we can slip them on mid-episode. It wouldn't be the first time, right?
Yeah, just slide those. There we go. Now we're a real podcast.
There we go. All right. Official. Hey, we are supposed to have a headphone check, Josh, and you did not do the headphone check. So I blame you.
It's definitely my fault.
It's all Josh's fault. So let's bust open that Brash Sports page. What do you say?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
We're a little bit behind on some of our headlines, but hey, you know, it's just the way it works sometimes. Okay, we're coming to a close here in season 2, so we're just kind of get things together, and we're also preparing for season 3. So that's what I attribute our absence to. But our first headline I wanted to touch on, of course, talking about the Washington Redskins, also commonly referred to these days as the Washington Commanders. Apparently, there's a story out there that they reached out to a one Mr. Andrew Luck, Josh, last offseason when Ron Rivera was just absolutely desperate for some sort of answer behind center. And it was the, of course, former very highly touted quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts have reportedly requested a formal investigation be done due to the alleged tampering by the Washington Commanders following this report that came out. And the Washington Post has reported that the Colts filed the request one day after Jim Irsay tweeted the following: if any NFL team attempted to contact Andrew Luck or any associate of him to play for their franchise, it would be a clear violation of the league's tampering policy. Now, we all know that Jim Irsay is squeaky clean. The guy's never done anything wrong in his life. No. He's an absolute saint. So
Model citizen, model owner.
yes, just an unbelievable human being. What a gracious, good man Jim Irsay is.
Yeah.
Obviously, a little tongue in cheek there, but Jim Irsay does have it out for the Washington football franchise. He always has. He just doesn't like Dan Snyder for good reason. A lot of owners don't. A lot of Washington fans don't, if not all of them. So we can understand that. But hey, if they just reached out to the guy last offseason, no harm, no foul. I mean, come on. Move the fuck on. Stop wasting everyone's time asking for an investigation.
Yeah, I agree. This is something that could definitely be handled without any headlines, without any news reporting on it. Just reach out and say, "Dude, that wasn't cool. We don't appreciate that," or whatever. Like, nothing came of it. Just shut up and move on. This was such a non-story. I can't even believe that it was being reported.
We can thank ESPN's own John Kime for that. Goddamn turncoat. I mean, keep it in house. All right. If you heard that this happened, John Kime, just keep your mouth shut. Don't say
Yeah.
anything. Don't start no fires where there doesn't have to be no fires. Okay. Oh
Don't
my
start no
God!
shit, there'll be no shit.
Breaking news, Josh. We got breaking news here at Brash Sports. Watch
Really?
out! Yes, breaking news. It's official. Aaron Rodgers has been traded to the Jets.
Oh my
Unbelievable.
God.
Breaking news you only get here at Brash Sports. According to this, that I had this breaking news that I've just been handed here. It's being reported that Rodgers will don the number 8 jersey for the gang green as a little tip of the cap to his college years at Cal. And said Rodgers in his introductions press conference, to me, 12 is Broadway Joe. And I didn't want to go down that path. And I'm excited about going back to my college number. So things are really moving fast there in New York.
Boy,
The city that never sleeps.
that was really out of left field. I did not see that one coming.
It's unbelievable, man. I mean,
Wow.
it's rare we get some breaking news here, in the middle of our recording, but hey, that's just the way it happens sometimes. I mean, if it happens again, I would be oh my God, another breaking news story just came through the wire. You're not going to believe this.
I cannot wait.
More quarterback news. Lamar Jackson has officially reached a deal with the Baltimore Ravens. He is now the highest paid player in the NFL.
Wow.
He has reached a 5-year, $260 million deal to stay with the purple and black. So, hey, congrats, Baltimore fans. And, of course, congrats to Mr. Jackson himself. Hopefully he shows up for the team workouts. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah. We'll stay tuned for that. Yep, he's still a weird one, but no, good for him, good for them. The league's definitely more entertaining with Lamar Jackson behind center. I don't even know who their backup is, but those games wouldn't be fun to watch. So I'm glad they got something done. And that's so crazy that we got back-to-back news stories of that magnitude breaking on our humble little podcast. That's crazy.
I mean, for the
What are
first
the
time ever,
odds?
just to have the one breaking story, but they had the two back to back. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So here's a little headline that I wanted to get to, Josh.
Okay.
Not really a must see story by any means, but I just found it entertaining and fun to talk about. Dodgers star Mookie Betts. That's right, Mookie, right? Mookie? All right.
Yeah.
He has opted to rent an Airbnb during their travels to Milwaukee, just in case the rumors of the hotel that the rest of the team are staying in are true. Mookie Betts, whose LA Dodgers are on the road against, or were on the road, I guess, in this case, against the Milwaukee Brewers, probably just playing a series. So it's probably still going on right now. He opted to rent the Airbnb opposed to staying with the rest of his teammates at the Milwaukee famed hotel, Pfizer Hotel. I did look it up. It looks pretty badass, man. It's really, is it, or it's Pfister. Sorry.
Fister.
Is it Pfister?
Fister? I hardly know her.
Huh, yeah.
Hmm,
Damn it. I guess I
sorry.
said Pfizer because anytime I see a P and an F, immediately go to Pfizer. I can't think of any other word.
Well, since 2020, we've been brainwashed by them as well.
That's
So,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because the hotel is notorious among big leaguers, some big leaguers, for being haunted. Said Mookie, it was a good excuse not to stay there. That, according to the Gwinnett Daily Post, who he shared his thoughts with, tried looking up a little bit more to see if he made any comments on social media or anything, and he's staying really low key. I mean, I think this Mookie Betts might be a true believer in the paranormal.
Well, you'd have to be. If you're going to pay the outrageous prices of Airbnb, then you've got to be deathly afraid of ghosts in order to avoid a potentially haunted hotel. So yeah, I would love to see some proof of this. I've always wanted to see proof of actual ghosts. I mean, I personally am not a believer. I don't know how you feel about the subject of ghosts, but if there's a bunch of ghosts roaming around this hotel, let's see some footy. Everybody's got cameras on their
Yes,
phones now. Let's get that footage. Let's get these ghosts on camera. Bring them to the light.
almost feel like he might have been paid off a little bit by the Pfister Hotel. That's right, the Pfister. For those that weren't paying attention earlier, um, because this is good publicity for them. I mean, I'm not one of these, I'm not a paranormal investigator, of course, but at least Brash hasn't crossed that bridge yet. But um, I am interested in these old buildings, especially the ones that they say have a reputation of being haunted. So
Sure.
I immediately looked it up. Looks like a pretty badass place. If I ever find myself in Milwaukee and I got a lot of money in my pocket, that's the place where I'm probably going to want to stay for a night just to say I stayed there.
I've been to Milwaukee. It's a really cool town.
Oh,
The only time I went was in January, and it was the coldest place I've ever been. It sucked ass outside, but
bummer.
everybody's super nice. There's beer and cheese everywhere. Wisconsin is the most underrated state in the country. I'm just going to go on record and say that. Now, unfortunately, I did not stay at the Pfister Hotel. I stayed at the Fist Him Hotel, and that was not.
Oh
It wasn't
man,
as good.
there was the
It
Fist
was
Him
not as good.
Motel. I'm so sorry, man. Yeah,
It
I've
was a
heard
long weekend.
heard really bad stories about that one.
It was a
Yeah.
long weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Dodgers stayed there back in 1913 and they had a really rough time of it.
Yeah. There's no ghosts, but there's a lot of skeletons in those closets.
A lot of fists.
A lot
All
of
right,
fists.
did you have a headline you wanted to get to?
Yes, I do think that we should just go on record right now, and correct a story. Not correct, but follow up on a story that
Yeah,
broke 10 months
updating a
ago.
story.
Yeah, or it was about 10 months ago. It was last preseason, roughly, for the NFL. Matt Ariza, the punter that was drafted by Buffalo, all-star, nicknamed Punt God out of college, was just a beast. Had an 82-yard punt in the preseason for them. He was accused of gang raping some chick and was immediately cut and buried by the sports media as a creep and a loser. And I think that now that he's been cleared of all these charges, his name needs to be brought back into light and say, dude, we got to give this guy another chance. So I think we had talked about it on the podcast. I have no idea what we said about it.
I don't remember.
I mean, I'm sure we were probably like, fuck this guy if he's a rapist.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming that would be our stance.
Yeah.
So if we said anything hurtful about this guy, we are sorry, or at least I am. And I'm glad his name was cleared. And women, stop just making shit up about dudes because You make actual rape cases seem not as good. It makes it harder for people to actually believe women who were actually sexually assaulted. So don't do that.
We live in a guilty until proven innocent
Correct.
society these days, Josh, and especially when it comes to any sort of harassment or abuse towards a
Correct.
woman. So,
Hashtag me too, Brandon.
me too, brother.
Me too.
Me too.
All right.
All right.
Glad we got that out of the way.
There you go. That hashtag's gonna be flying around all over the place. I mean, I think we started something there.
Yeah, it's gonna catch on. It's gonna catch
It
on.
does. It has a little ring to it. All right. So, you ready to jump in to help us get all caught up? The crazy NBA playoffs, since we've been doing a very poor job of keeping our fan base up to date. Hopefully, they've
Oh,
been watching the TV and watching the games themselves and don't rely on Brash Sports to tell them everything, because that'd be insane.
that would be insane. If this is your only way of getting updates on the outside, where even though we are
Oh,
breaking
so sorry.
stories, we apologize. We will do better in the future. But yeah, I mean, I figured we got the time. Enough time has passed since we've talked about it last. I mean, I don't recall talking about the first round at all. So I just threw in basically, an update on all of
Yeah,
the
sure.
series
Go for it.
of the first round, and then we can jump into round two. But for those of you who are getting this for the first time and have been blacked out of the NBA until you got an update from us, in the East, the Sixers swept the Nets. No surprise there. The Knicks beat the Cavs in 5 games, which was a huge shock to me. I think most people were on the Cavs in that series. Maybe the biggest shock of the entire first round was the Heat defeating the Bucks in 5 games. Nobody saw that coming. I had Milwaukee going all the way.
Yep.
They completely ruined my bracket. So the Heat beating the Bucks in 5 games, huge shock. And then the Celtics beat the Hawks in 6 games. So actually, the longest series in the East was the Celtics beating the Hawks. In the West, we had the Nuggets beating the Timberwolves in 5 games. No surprise there. The Suns beat the Clippers in 5 games. I thought that'd be more of a series, but fucking Kawhi Leonard just was so unreliable. The Clippers need to do something with him. Next, we had the Lakers defeating the Grizzlies in 6 games. I was big on the Grizzlies this year, but they need to grow the fuck up.
That was my Western Conference champion right there.
Yeah,
Bye
so
Grizzlies.
bye Grizzlies in 6, and then the Warriors, hell of a series, best series of the entire first round, beating the Kings in 7. That was really entertaining, and I think if De'Aaron Fox had been able to stay healthy, we might still see the Kings playing. But that was a really fun series to watch. So that was a quick update on round 1. Our brash brackets are all fucked because of it. Actually, Brandon, I think yours might be all right. Mine got torched though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm. It's no, it's not, Josh. I had the Grizzlies winning the West, beating the Denver Nuggets, and then but I did have the Celtics beating the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. So
Okay.
technically, as long as your champion's still alive, your bracket's still okay.
Yeah, well, I've got terrible news for mine then. Moving into round 2,
Uh-oh.
quick update on the remaining teams. Right now, the Heat lead the Knicks 3-2. Game 6 is tipping off shortly. Heat could close it out tonight. I think they will close it out tonight. That one, dude, the Heat looks so dangerous right now. Jimmy Butler he's put on his playoff cap. And once he puts that thing on, man, he just goes off. He turns into the best player in the NBA. It's nuts. But the Knicks, they got some pieces to build off of next year. I think they could be a sneaky good team in the coming years. The Celtics right now are tied with the 76ers 3-3. They just played a great game last night. The Sixers totally melted down They were outscored, I think, 24-13 in the fourth quarter last night. And now we've got the first of what could potentially be 3 Game 7s on Sunday. So that's very exciting. But to me, this has been the best series so far. It's been back and forth. You got two juggernauts in the East just battling it out. Really entertaining series. Then in the West, the Nuggets beat the Suns in 6 games, basically due to the fact that the Suns had no bench. They gave up not too much to get Durant, but they gave up too much in the moment because they didn't backfill any of their bench and they were relying on 4 guys really. And 2 of those 4 got hurt. So the Suns just didn't have anything in the tank for the Nuggets. And the Nuggets are a very good team. So that would be the only series that is wrapped up in the second round. It would be the Nuggets beating the Suns. And of course, I had in my championship Bucks over the Suns. So I've not, I've lost my Western Conference champion and my NBA champion. So that is why my bracket is just completely torched. And then the final series, Lakers are leading the Warriors 3-2. LeBron is playing well, but Anthony Davis is the star of this series so far, playing out of his mind. And if he can stay healthy and play up to the level that he's playing at, they are a legit contender for this year. Especially defensively, man. He has just been unbelievable. They're basically saying, you're not going to get anything in the paint. You're going to have to do everything from the outside. And the Warriors, of course, are a team that can hit a million threes in a game, but when they're cold, they have no backup plan. So I think they're in a lot of trouble against the Lakers. So Lakers leading that series 3-2, and Game 6 is tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern. Nice and late for you guys on the East Coast. And yeah, there it is.
Oh, cool.
My bracket's fucked, but it's been a fun postseason. I haven't paid as much attention as I should, but every game that I've watched has been very entertaining.
Yeah, I'm really starting to think the Nuggets have just been disrespected all season. And it's because they're just not really a flashy team. It's not a flashy basketball city that they play in. I would love to see the Nuggets do it, go all the way and get that trophy. Um, Pretty certain this would be their first one if they were able to do it. Am I wrong there, Josh?
Yeah, they might have won like in the 70s or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Definitely in recent memory. They had a really stacked team in the 2000s with they had Carmelo Anthony and Allen Iverson on the same team toward the end of AI's career.
I do remember that. Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
see them in Washington. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, got to see those guys. But no, the Nuggets are definitely disrespected, and I'll tell you why. Because I personally disrespected them because I've been high on them for the last like 3 years. And Jamal Murray can never stay healthy for the playoffs. Without Jamal Murray, they're relatively pedestrian. I mean, obviously they have the best center in the NBA, right? The
Yeah.
guy's a triple double machine, Jokic. But without Jamal Murray, they just kind of seem just all over the place, right? With Jamal Murray healthy, they are a force. So I think they would be the favorite against the Lakers or the Warriors. I think the Lakers are a better matchup. So the Lakers could make that a more interesting series. But I think even if the Warriors win, the Nuggets are take care of them pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, I do think this Warriors Lakers series is going to go to 7. I think the Warriors get the victory late tonight. I looked it up. Nuggets have never won an NBA championship,
Okay.
and there would only be 2 potential game 7s on Sunday because they would push the Knicks Heat to Monday for whatever fucking reason.
Oh, really?
I don't know why.
I swear I looked it up earlier and it had 3 potential game 7s
Maybe
on
they
Sunday.
flexed it last second, you know.
Those fuck always flexing.
Oh my god, they love a big old flex.
Well, that's unfortunate because 3 game 7s in one day would be bananas. And if the Heat and Knicks are playing tonight, and the Warriors and Lakers are then like why wouldn't they be able to play Sunday? That's stupid.
No, it doesn't make any sense. But if they did move it around, it's for one reason only. Dollar
Yeah.
dollar bills, Josh. Dollar bills. That's what
Yeah,
it's all
that's
about.
fair.
It's what
Or
makes
maybe
the world go
maybe the
round.
arena in Miami, maybe Taylor Swift is in Miami or something. I don't know.
She's running roughshod all over the place. Well, you know what? We have a bit of an inside joke with the tour that's going on, but again, you have to subscribe to Brash Plus Plus at this point if you want to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you want to see that content and that discussion, Brash Plus Plus, that's the program for you.
Well, yeah,
So
it's been
do
banned
yourself
by
a favor.
YouTube. It's been banned by
That's
YouTube. You
true.
really have to look for it to
Yeah,
find it
we're
because
only currently, I think, allowed to post some material on True Social.
truth,
Is it
truth.
truth?
Yeah, I think
Truth.
it's truth.
Oh man, maybe it's the knockoff one, True Social. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Fair.
yeah, it's a knockoff of a knockoff.
Right.
So you know it's good. It's quality.
There's no misinformation on that one.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I guess the biggest surprises, takeaways, so thus far would have to be, in my opinion, the Celtics just kind of being underwhelming, the Lakers being surprisingly consistent, and the Heat, the goddamn Heat, like you said a couple days ago when I talked to you, we always count them out right away in round one, and they just are always there. They're always there.
There at the end, man. They were in the finals 2 years ago. They were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Like, then they make the playoffs this year, and everyone's like, they'll be, they'll win
No,
one series, but then it'll be over. Nope.
not
They
so
just
fast.
not so fast, dude. Not so fast. But yeah,
All
it's
right.
been a good one so far.
We do
I'm
not
excited to
have
see how it
our
turns out.
we're gonna transition to the ice here, and we do not have our NHL expert. Daniel could not join us today, so it's just up to myself and Josh to run through the NHL playoff update. I mean, I guess I can take this one, Josh, since
You
you
can
were so
read.
kind. I can read the notes that you put together if that's okay with you.
No, of
Uh,
course. Good
Unless you
luck.
had some sort of spiel you wanted to work through, while you were reading this out, and you wanted to
No.
name your playoff MVP. I remember you telling me earlier.
Yeah. His name is fuck. I don't know a single NHL player
Damn
name.
it!
Fuck.
There's got to
I
be
was
one.
I had to make sure the Caps weren't in it because I could say Ovechkin, but they didn't even make the playoffs. So I don't know.
All right. Well, hey, here's our quick NHL update. Again, we're doing this out of respect for the hockey fans out there, and of course, out
Of
of
course,
respect for our friend Daniel, diehard hockey fan, and out of respect for the brackets that we filled
the
out.
people want to know.
They do. They're dying to know, and if they're going to get hockey news, they come
They
here
come
and
straight.
they get it here. I mean, why would you watch NHL Network when you got Brash Sports on YouTube? I mean, come on, man. We're bringing it all. The round one, we had the Carolina Hurricanes. Josh, this was your pick for the playoffs. At least your heart was in because you've been to a Hurricanes game. They defeated the Islanders in 6. We had the Toronto Maple Leafs. I see that you made note here that it's why isn't it Leaves? It's Leafs.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked at it. It is the Maple Leafs,
Yeah.
but like that's not proper English.
No,
That's
you
not.
can't. There's no such thing.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah, if
pluralize
leaves are
Leaf.
are plural, then it's leaves.
Right.
Um,
But
but
no, it's the Maple Leafs.
the Leafs, okay. Um, and they defeated the Tampa Bay Lightning in 6. We had the Florida Panthers. They knocked out my championship hopeful, the Boston Bruins, in 7. I think I had the Bruins winning and getting the brooms out, the Boston Brooms, and getting the sweep there. So much for that one. Again, showing
You
our
cursed
hockey
them.
knowledge.
You really cursed those Bruins
This
with
one
your
I did
broom
have
talk.
it. Speaking of curses, the Devils, they defeated the New York Rangers in 7. I had the Devils getting it done in 7. So here you go. Watch out, Mr. Hockey over here.
I had
And
Devils in 6, unfortunately.
okay. Hey, at least you picked the right squad there. The Vegas Golden Shower Knights, they defeated the Winnipeg Jets in 5. I think we both had the Knights getting the win there. I had it in 6. You probably had it in 5. You probably had a few in 5. Or you were
No,
going
I had a
maybe
lot. I had a lot in 6 and 7.
okay. Well,
And
6s and 7s.
6s and 7s, man, because that's just how hockey goes. They're always 6 or 7. So yeah, I had the Knights in 6.
Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars, my Western Conference champion pick. They defeated the Minnesota Wild in 6. Had the Edmonton Oilers, your Western Conference championship pick. They defeated the LA Kings in 6. Wasn't there a group called the LA Kings or something like that? Like a rap
LA
group?
Guns?
No, I thought there was a LA Kings rap group like in the 90s. Maybe I'm wrong.
No. There's the Latin Kings.
Ah, that's what it is.
They're in LA. A lot of them
And
are
they're in
LA.
LA.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, those criminals. And then
Oh,
the Seattle.
if any Latin Kings are watching, we do not. No, please do not listen to him.
To our
We
Latin
are.
Kings fans, again, you understand this is silly brash sports banter. Okay,
Please don't murder us.
we are
in
here
our
for
sense.
entertainment purposes only. Do not take this to heart. Anything we
Also,
say.
also, any rival gangs of the Latin Kings, we're not in favor of the Latin
We're
Kings
not picking
either.
sides.
We're
not
very
picking-
neutral in the Los Angeles gangbanging community.
You do you.
Yeah.
You do you.
Exactly.
Seattle Kraken, this was my upset special. I had them knocking out the defending champion Colorado Avalanche in 7. So there you go. Flexing my hockey knowledge there.
Yeah, man. Dude, your bracket, very solid. Very solid.
Not too bad. Not too
Not
bad.
too
So,
bad at all.
let's take a look at this round 2 here. Unfortunately, the Devils' run came to an end as the Carolina Hurricanes, they got the job done in 5 against Jersey. And that last game, wasn't it like fucking 9-1 or some shit? Like they beat the piss out of them.
2 games ago. The series wrapped up last night in overtime.
Oh, okay.
I did catch that. But no, 2 games ago, yeah. Dude, that's been a wild series. It's like whoever wins by 5 goals.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yes. One team shows up and the other just says, nah, fuck
Yeah,
it.
not tonight.
I'm too tired.
I don't like the ice.
It's tough playing hockey. It actually is. I don't know how those fucking
really is.
motherfuckers do it.
Yeah.
Florida Panthers currently lead the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-1. Game 5 tonight, Josh. It's going on right now. It's actually been going on for 20 minutes at the moment.
We got to hurry this thing up.
We're sitting at 0-0. We have to hurry up, get to our world ranking so we can get in front of that TV and watch that game. The Edmonton Oilers in the West, they are tied with the Golden Knights at the moment 2 apiece. Game 5 also tonight. That's a late one at 10 Eastern, 9 your time, Josh. And the Dallas Stars currently leading the Seattle Kraken 3-2. Game 6 will be tomorrow. And of course, I don't have the Bruins anymore, but did have the Stars surprising people and winning the West. At this point, I got no dog in the fight because I got no money on the line. So, frankly, I'd like to see the Seattle Kraken go all the way and do it. Why the hell
That would be
not?
cool. Expansion teams winning
Yes.
like early is very cool. Yeah, I will definitely be rooting for them in the West. Now, both of my title teams are still alive. I had the Oilers beating the Hurricanes in the Stanley Cup Finals, so
nice.
I'll be pulling for the Oilers a little bit as well, just so I can pat myself on the back for that one. But yeah, go Canes. That Canes are my number 1 team at the moment, just because the North Carolina ties. A lot of friends there, and been to Canes game. They're super fun. Got hammered. It was great. So yeah, go Canes.
Nice. All right. Well, good. Yeah. I mean, I got nothing against the Canes. I'll root for the Canes with you. Why the hell not? I got no reason to root for the Dallas Stars. I mean, come on, it's Dallas.
Yeah, it's Dallas, dude. I'm surprised. I'm surprised at you.
I know, because you know where there are Stars fans, there are Cowboys fans. So I don't know. Again, it was just a gut feeling. I went with my gut when we did our brackets. Got to remember that.
You got a good hockey gut.
I do. Right now, good hockey, good, healthy hockey gut at the moment.
You've been taking your hockey probiotics.
I have, man, every morning.
All right.
Okay. Well, there's a nice plug there for the hockey probiotics.
Brought to you by Pfizer.
We're going to, hey, we've been talking about a little bit of ice, right? Speaking of ice, we're going to make another transition here. Here we go. The moment everyone's been waiting for. Where's Brash Sports been? These guys still exist? Are they dead? No, we are here to bring you episode 30 of season 2. And the biggest reason is because we have to get to our official Brash World Rankings. And today, let's talk a little ice cream. What do you say, Josh?
Dude, I love ice cream. It's one of the most delicious things on the planet. The weather, it's getting warm. It's getting hot outside. It's ice cream season right now. So what better time? What better time than now to rank the official best ice cream flavors in the world?
We're going top 5. It's very, again, no proprietary flavors. We're sticking with the ones that everybody can sell. Any big company out there, they're allowed to produce it
Breyers,
and sell it. Yeah, go for
Breyers, Edie's, Blue Bunny. If you go into a grocery store, you're guaranteed to find one of these flavors, and it's not a one-off situation like a Ben and Jerry's flavor that nobody else has, even though they are amazing. But we're just talking baseline. If you go into an ice cream shop, at the beach on the boardwalk with the scoops, something like that.
Yeah, your typical run-of-the-mill options, okay?
Right.
So we did our top 5. We have some honorable mentions, and then I put together just a small list of ice creams I've never tried, heard a lot about, never had a bite.
I feel like we've invented a couple too in our conversations, which I'm excited about.
We have. But remember, we did a little research pre-recording, and turns out, not so much of an invention when somebody else has already thought about it.
Well, we're gonna start an ice cream company, and we're gonna claim them as our own. So
that's true. Brash Ice Cream. Look out! Check your local grocery stores in the coming weeks for Brash Ice Cream.
Brash Sports Ice Cream.
It's Brash Sports Ice Cream. And oh my God, we're heavily endorsed by all the best athletes that love eating ice cream because know that's top of their diet. In order to stay in shape. What better way? So, all right, let's go with our number 5. Let's get this list started. The people are wondering, Josh, what is your number 5 favorite ice cream flavor?
In my number 5 spot, I had to do a tip of the cap to an OG legend. It's a member of the Big 3. It's my favorite of the Big 3. And of course, the Big 3 being chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. The Neapolitan Big 3. Everybody knows it. But this one, it might not be the flashiest flavor. It might not get a lot of attention or love, but it is vanilla ice cream.
I love making your top 5. Interesting.
Making it in the top 5. Again, not flashy, but will always be there when you need it. It's also the most versatile ice cream. Like if you're going to have pie a la mode, you're not scooping any other flavors on there. You're getting vanilla. You're putting that vanilla right on there. So vanilla deserves a top 5 spot. They get my number 5.
Nice way to kick things off here with a traditional vanilla, not French classic vanilla.
No, I'm not a French vanilla guy. Fuck France. The entire country sucks ass. So no, American vanilla.
American vanilla. Okay.
American vanilla.
Got it. The white and the red, white, and blue. I see what you're doing over there.
Absolutely.
Damn it, French have the same flag. All right, moving on. The number 5 in my book is one that probably isn't that popular, I would guess, just in general. But again, I remind everybody all the time, as a fat little kid, ate a lot of ice cream, ate a lot of candy, drank a lot of soda. I consumed a lot of foods that were really, really bad for me. So number 5 had to make my list here because it's near and dear to my heart. I went with chocolate chip cookie dough as
Oh
my
yeah.
number 5 favorite ice cream.
Oh yeah. It's
It's a special
classic.
one. It's a special one.
Staple.
It shouldn't be allowed. It should be illegal. But no, they're like, fuck it. Throw it in there. And they've been making chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream since before they invented cookie dough that you could safely consume. So it just goes to show that they needed this. There was a demand out there. Push it, get it out there. We don't care how many kids get sick. We need this ice cream on the market now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That is a tried and true classic. So nicely done.
Yeah,
Nicely done.
yeah, I'm glad I could help.
Glad- Oh fuck. All
Number
right.
4, number
Number
4.
4. Number 4 is one that, contrary to your number 5, I did not like as a kid. My mom used to buy it, and I would stay away from it in the freezer, believe it or not. But now,
I know
as
what
an
it is.
adult, with my grown palate, I know you know
Mhm.
what's coming.
I know it's coming.
Coffee ice cream.
Yep.
It's so fucking good. And as someone who drinks a lot of coffee, I love coffee. I run on coffee. To have an ice cream flavor that is essentially the best coffee you've ever drank in a flavor, so fucking good. It's definitely in my top 5. It's one I buy, I don't know, a couple times a year, but it's always a really nice treat. And yeah, it deserves a top spot for all the adult ice cream enthusiasts that have grown out of their childlike palate. Chocolate ice cream.
No, man, I
I
remember
mean,
you rock.
coffee ice cream. Fuck.
I've seen you recently wearing that T-shirt. Says, "Don't talk to me until I've had my morning bowl of coffee ice cream."
Yes, right.
You, it's a funny one. It's a good one.
And it's a lot tighter now since I bought it for some reason.
You can always buy another one, a few
Yeah.
sizes up. No big deal. Nobody's judging. At least if they understand the joke. My number 4, I went with a blue blood. You talked about it. The main 3, the big
Yeah.
3,
The big three.
as we like to call them. Number 4 had to give a little, as you mentioned, tip of the cap to my main man, chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolate
Yeah.
needed to
Yeah.
make the top 5, and I felt like that was the best spot for him, given the last 3 that I have,
Sure.
because again, it's just all about how you feel when you're putting your list together. And chocolate, I feel, is a solid number 4. And again, there's different types of chocolate ice cream, many different types, many varieties. But in the
Absolutely.
end, I still remember, in elementary school on Fridays when they'd bring you down, you get your ice cream, and there'd be that little styrofoam cup with the flat wooden
Flat
spoon.
wooden stick.
It was just a stick. Yeah, we
Yeah.
called it a spoon.
It
And
wasn't concave at all.
man, I look forward to that,
Oh yeah.
Oh, and it just brings back such special memories. And
Absolutely.
so shout out to chocolate traditional ice cream.
No doubt. No doubt a solid blue blood OG
That's right.
amazing flavor. Probably number 6 on my list if we didn't do top 5. So yeah, great pick. And one of my honorable mentions wouldn't even exist without it. So I'm glad
Oh,
you have it in yours. Moving on to number 3, I'm going to piggyback off of your number 5, chocolate chip cookie dough. I mean,
ooh, all right.
to me, it deserves a higher ranking than 5 because of how goddamn delicious it is. And it's just a staple. It's just a staple. Um, there are very few things in the world as delicious as cookie dough. So when you combine it with ice cream, of course it's going to be amazing. So we don't have to go into it. We already talked about why it's amazing. It's number 3 on my list.
Well, there we go. I mean, we're going to fly through on number 3s, Josh, because number 3 on my list, coffee ice cream.
Yeah, there it
That's
is.
right.
Yeah.
Now, when I was doing a little research, mocha kept popping up. Mocha ice cream. But it's like, okay, coffee ice cream and mocha ice cream are one and the same. So, I mean, let's just, I don't care if you're coffee or an espresso or a mocha. I mean, I guess the idea is mocha's a little chocolate with a little coffee.
Right.
Which in that case, I'd probably have to go with the mocha. But I do like just your standard coffee flavored ice cream. To me, it really hits the spot. And the older I get, the more I like it.
Well, now I'm starting to think I bet our number 1 and 2 are the same.
They have to be.
We haven't discussed it ahead of time, but let's
never
see the
did.
order. Let's see the order potentially. All right. Number 2 for me, again, classic. After you've had your coffee, you need a little mint chocolate chip to freshen that breath. And it's got to be that's
Yep.
It's got to be green also.
Yes.
I hate a mint chocolate chip ice cream that's white. No, it has to be like a not natural color in order to be truly great. So mint chocolate chip is a fucking classic. It's a staple. It's always good, always refreshing, especially on a hot summer day. You can't argue with it. So that's your number 2 as well.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to say it. That's my number 1. There you go.
Whoa.
Spoiler alert. That's my number 1. Green specifically. It has to be the green mint chocolate chip. Yeah. The white. What is that? Come on.
What is that?
That's talk about illegal. That shouldn't be allowed. You cannot call it mint chocolate chip and it's not green. It's blasphemous.
Need that food coloring. Even if it's just food coloring, need it.
So there you go. We're mixing it up a little bit here with our top 5 because I had to let you know that is my number 1. But I know my number 2 is in all likelihood your number 1. Yeah. And it is the one, the only cookies and cream.
The best. Oh,
cookies
it's so
and
good.
Fucking cream. Come on. Good. Somebody accidentally dropped some Oreos into the big vat at the vanilla ice cream.
That's how it had to have happened.
That's how it happened.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, no, what the fuck did I do? I just broke it.
And then they tried to spoon.
Oh, my God. That's fucking amazing. I think this shit will sell, Yeah. So, we have our top 2 swapped up a little bit. But, yeah, cookies and cream is my number 2. Take it away, Josh. It's your number 1.
I mean, what more can you say? When you take a bite, it's just heaven on earth. It always hits. It's always good. It's never a situation where it's like, man, what am I in the mood for? It's like, if I go into an ice cream place to get ice cream, I'm actively seeking it out. So for that reason, it's my number 1, man. It's the type of ice cream I buy 9 times out of 10, maybe 8 times out of 10, but it is by far the number 1. And also it's like, I know we're not doing, Blizzards or McFlurries or any sort of but like all of the cookies and cream based confectionery treats are also the best. So it's got to be that number 1, man. And it's so good. And I love it. Personally, love it. And I've done my research. Okay. I've done plenty of research on the subject.
No. I mean, I don't hate it at number 1. I don't. I mean, again, on a given day, I might have it at number 1 and mint chocolate chip.
Very true.
Falls to number 2. It's just, again, when I put it together, I was just feeling some mint chocolate chip. And it's been a while since I've had either of those. So honorable mentions. I'll just run through mine if you don't mind. I had to throw out strawberry. Again, it's not one I was a huge fan of as a kid, but as the years pass by, shorter of breath, one day closer to death, I find myself fancying a little bit of strawberry ice cream. French vanilla. I know. There you go. Oh, I went with the French vanilla because every time I make a choice between a regular vanilla, American, or French, I go with the French vanilla, man. It just seems like it has a little more something, you know. Maybe it's cigarette smoke. Maybe that's what
That's
it
what it
is.
is.
That's why it has that a little bit of color to it.
Cigarette smoke and baguette
It's
crumbs.
that one's made in a factory where they're allowed to just chain smoke all over the place, and the
For sure.
smoke's just getting into the ice cream. Gives it that little different of a
That
flavor,
that tint.
that little tint of nicotine.
Yeah, it's like when you're in a house with someone who smokes and their walls are supposed to be white,
Yes,
but they're
of
actually
course.
like a little bit beige.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's the cigarette smoke. It's the
there you
same thing
go.
with French vanilla ice cream. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Moose Tracks. This was one that didn't make my top 5 because technically it is a proprietary one. It's it's specifically owned by one company. Blue Bunny has a form of this. They call it Bunny Tracks, so that's how they kind of get around it.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
but basically, Moose Tracks is a combination of vanilla ice cream, little itty bitty peanut butter cups, and chocolate fudge,
Yeah,
all swirled together
yeah.
to make this absolutely amazing
That has
ice
to
cream.
be amazing. Yeah, of course.
So, I love the shit, and it's it's a shame it's proprietary because that would have definitely made my top 5 otherwise. But yeah, if you haven't tried it, do yourself a favor, try a little Moose Tracks. Can't get your hands on some Moose Tracks, just settle for the Bunny
Bunny
Tracks.
tracks. Yeah,
It's fine. It's okay.
yeah.
What you got for an honorable mention, Josh?
Oh well, I feel like we'd be remiss if, and a lot of those are honorable mentions for myself as well. I do somewhat feel bad about not having strawberry because I don't have any of the fruit ice creams on my list, right? And like
Hmm.
fruit ice cream should get a shout out, and strawberry's
Yeah,
the king of that, so had to be mentioned. Also, Rocky Road needs a nod, man.
that's
Rocky
true.
Road is amazing, and again, chocolate ice cream is up there. Like I said, number 6. But you can't have Rocky Road without chocolate ice cream. So
True.
Rocky Road deserves a nod. And I just put peanut butter cup ice cream
See,
in
the
mine.
Reese's one,
It's yeah.
I've
Well,
never had it.
oh
I've
really?
never
It's
tried it.
of course it's
I'm
delicious.
sure it's amazing.
It's yeah, it's very good. And yeah, if we wanted to get into like Ben and Jerry's flavors, we could probably do a separate top 5, right? Like I'm not going to honorable mention every delicious Ben and Jerry's flavor, but
Brash plus plus. That's where you can find that.
yeah, you gotta. Actually, when they sponsor an episode, that's when we'll do it. So Ben or Jerry, if either of you are listening, sponsor an episode, and we will go ahead and rank our favorite Ben and Jerry's
Yeah,
flavors.
we'll dive in a little bit more on Ben and Jerry's ice cream and maybe touch a little bit more on the Latin Kings. Who knows? Tune
Who knows?
in to find out.
If
The
they want to sponsor an episode, I'm here for it too.
Hey, well, we'll take it. We will gladly take the sponsorship. Now, speaking of ice creams I've never had, like the Reese's peanut butter cup one, um, I've heard I've heard high praise for pistachio ice cream.
Mm,
I would love to try it. I mean, I won't turn it down.
yeah,
Pumpkin ice cream. You see that on the shelves all over the place
yeah, I've never
around
had it.
Halloween. I'm a big pumpkin fan in general,
Same.
so of course I'm surprised I haven't tried that yet. Coconut ice cream. Coconut ice cream is a big, dessert in Thailand, apparently.
Okay,
So it sounds, I like coconut.
sure.
Sure, I'd like coconut ice cream. It sounds very
Yeah,
refreshing. And also mango ice cream. It was
yeah.
popping up as a popular one. Again, you and I were like, isn't that more of a sherbet? But no, it can still be an ice cream because sherbet doesn't have any cream in it.
I've
Just
had mango gelato before, and it was
okay.
spectacular.
Yeah.
So I'm sure mango ice cream would be fucking great too.
All right. So did you still have a list? I mean, I threw mine out of the ones we were going to invent
Oh,
ourselves because
yeah. Well,
I,
we were talking on the phone, and we were talking ice cream, of course, and we didn't get in the specifics of our list, but the topic of like what are some ice cream flavors you've never tried or would like to try came up, and I said, man, like an apple cinnamon type
mhm,
ice cream would be amazing. Apple pie, like how is apple pie ice cream not everywhere? Because there are few things in this world as good as a warm piece of apple pie with a scoop of ice cream on it. So why not just
Few
put them
things,
all into one thing?
few things as American as apple pie. I mean,
Right.
you know, come on, like
It's
you
got to
know.
be American vanilla on top of that apple pie.
And then, of course, we asked, you know, if there had been a s'mores ice cream invented yet. To which you responded, if there isn't, we're about to be rich. Well, of
Yeah,
course, Ben and Jerry's, they
those
did it.
bastards.
They did it. They figured out. Can't wait to find that in the store because I'm
Yeah.
definitely scooping some of that shit up.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, banana nut bread would be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Blueberry muffin, ice cream.
Mm.
You know, again, these are all things when you look it up, you can find that they've been attempted out there. So we're not
I,
we're not mavericks by any means over here in the ice cream
so
racket.
I looked this one up right before the show because I was thinking apple cinnamon is a very good oatmeal flavor, like the Quaker Instant. But my favorite is maple brown sugar for the like instant oatmeal flavors, and that
Okay.
sounds like it would be a delicious ice cream flavor as well. I didn't see any company selling it, but I did see recipes for it.
Nice.
If you make your own ice cream at home,
Yeah.
maple brown sugar sounds like it would be fucking stellar.
Yeah, no, I'll be all over that. How about a key lime ice cream? Huh?
Oh,
There you
good
go.
God.
Yeah, didn't look that one up, just popped in my head. So, you know.
That should be a thing for sure.
Again, tune in to Brash Plus Plus. We have 5 more hours of ice cream discussion. You do not want to miss it. And
Pay that extra fee.
a little bit
Pay
more
it.
on
It's
Latin
worth it.
Kings. All right. So that just about wraps up episode 30 of season 2. We only have probably 4 or 5 more episodes, Josh, until the end of season 2, and then we got to get to our off season. We got a busy off season preparing for season 3. So and a new NFL season, which is fast approaching now. But hey, man, I'm glad we could get this knocked out, get this done. We will be doing a Brash Plus exclusive coming up very, very soon. In the next day or two for the NFL schedule release. You're probably asking yourself, how did they miss that? Oh, we didn't. We didn't. You will find it on Brash Plus.
Absolutely. All right, buddy. Well, yeah, great show. I will chat with you later.
All right, my friend. Talk to you later.
Peace.
Peace.